Hey everybody, Totally Boy here, the Joy you can trust, back with a Walking Dead Roll Slap video, featuring Bleak Season 2, Tara. This Tara is a 100% size queen and has no time for some 2-inch limp dick coming out of a jacuzzi because she rocks on a roll, so she brings in the big boob damage. Taking a look at her stats compared to the Blues, we can see her attack stat is ranked 5th and only 49 away from Alpha's attack stat. Her defense is the highest out of the top 5, but has very low HP. Her defensive stats will play almost identical to Andrea's A Larger World, so if you already own Andrea, you will know how many hits she can take and the magnitude of those hits before she flops over and becomes a turd silhouette. Shifting over to her character card, let's talk about her specialist skill first. On a roll, in penis size terms, is a grower, not a shower, as this takes time to build up, and when it does, it is huge. Every turn, you will gain a stackable 20% attack buff. When you are impaired or stunned, you will lose your honor roll stacks as they will be reset to 0%. So if you ended up getting 60% attack from honor roll after 3 turns, and the next turn you get stunned or impaired, then that 60% that came only from honor roll will be removed. Any other attack buffs that come from other survivors will stay though. Her adrenaline rush is pretty powerful when combined with honor roll. It's very nice that this isn't a single target adrenaline rush, considering Tara having honor roll. With this being a line of damage, I can see a strategy being Tara takes 2 enemies out in a line, and then let's say Tyrese will handle the other line of enemies, and from there you can use actives on the leadership survivor in the middle in case it's some sort of reviver that will revive the survivors Tara killed. The added focus and 15% AP is nice, as the focus will help Tara poke down someone other than a human shield, and you can make the argument of what is Tara going to do with 1 turn of focus to attack someone when she won't be able to use her adrenaline rush, as 1 turn of focus will be gone after she uses her adrenaline rush, leaving the next turn only for her to do as she pleases. I can see this being helpful only if she has a decent amount of honor roll stacks, and or if you have someone else on your team able to apply focus so your entire team can gang up on someone rather than it just being Tara. As for the 15% AP, this will make Tara require 64 AP for ARs here on out. This doesn't really change anything in terms of AP when attacking, as if you get 30 AP per attack, it'll take you 4 turns to use her adrenaline rush, and if you gain 40 AP per attack, it'll take you 3 turns to use her adrenaline rush, both without a command, as the required AP is 64. Her active is a tanky one, giving her 120% defense for 6 turns, which decreases by 20% each turn. You can look at it in a way as of it takes 6 turns to maximize her honor roll, so using this early to help her not die to get to turn 6 for absolute MC shatterpantsing all over your enemy team. This has a one-time usage, so I see it as if you are on offense and a big hit is coming that will kill her. I can see this active being used so that you don't die and lose your honor roll stacks if you have a reviver to bring Tara up. I can see scenarios where in war there will be some sort of offensive defensive tower that gives defensive teams some extra firepower, where this 120% defense active combined with AP when taking damage can possibly generate AP faster than AP when attacking, but this is sort of a gamble as you don't really have complete control of who your enemy attacks. With her weapon on offense, I see no other options here. This will maximize her damage output as 40% attack and a 40% attack leader with a double attack weapon where the second attack does an extra 50% damage. Combine this with a 20% stacking attack buff that goes to 120%, where not only will your AR just smash enemies in a line, as it's 120% bonus attack with a 450% AR, but even your basic attacks will just annihilate survivors, especially when you get a double attack weapon proc. With leadership skills and weapons, this is where her stats would be at. These are all before combat mods and war tower buffs. If you just ran a 40% attack leadership, this is where you would be at for your attack, defense, and HP. If you ran a 40% attack and 40% HP, this is where you would be at. 40% attack and 40% defense would result in this. For defense, if Tara automatically uses her active turn 1, then we can potentially try this weapon setup with her on defense. If we can scale a 40% HP and 40% defense team with Tara, then we can slap a 35% defense weapon, AP when attacking, and an impair when taking damage. A 35% defense weapon and a 40% defense leadership skill will basically double the defense stat you see in your character profile. So with just weapon and leadership skills, Tara's stats would be at this. For combat mods, I will make 2 sets, with one to focus more with an attack, and the other if we were to use her on defense. For attacking, we go with an attack set to maximize the damage output from her double attack weapon, her AR, and the synergy with honor roll. Attack combat mod for more pressure. Attack first red, blue, or green, as since she is a blue and she will be paired up verse range and green-blue leaderships such as Dante. Stun resist, as not only does that prevent Terra from attacking and gaining AP from attacking, but Terra getting stun will reduce her damage output, as her honor roll will be reset. Next combat mod will be Graze. Seeing as you will be building her offensive, we will need some sort of damage reduction to keep her alive. Last wildcard combat mod will be Impair Resist. This is serving the same purpose as Stun Resist, since we don't want honor roll to reset, and we want to keep using our Adrenaline Rushes, especially with high honor roll stacks. For defense, I'm going to assume Terra is using her active turn 1, or I feel she will just die turn 2 if she didn't already die turn 1. But I feel if you are a top tier player or someone remotely close to top tier level play, then I can see those heavy hard-hitting yellows just thrashing her on the first turn. With survivors like Waylon, makes it very hard for survivors like Terra to be on defense teams. But if you are not in top tier play where everyone has these several mechanics in one survivors, or all defense teams die, then she actually will have some uses on defense. Defense or health set depending on what you have lying around. If you went defense set, then go health combat mod, and if you went health set, then go defense combat mod. We can get her high defense no problem with her active, but she will suffer from bleeds and burns if we don't do something about her health pool. Defense versus yellow for trait disadvantages, which is very common for defense teams. Stun resist so that honor roll doesn't get reset, and we can continue to thrash the enemy with basic attacks and ARs. Graze due to not being able to attack first, so we will need that safety net to keep her alive from a barrage of basic attacks. Impair resist for the same purpose as stun resist. Granted, we can still attack the enemy, but we will have honor roll reset, can't AR, and it can't gain any AP. Team comps will be 3 attack teams and 1 defense team. First attack team, we bring in depending on what you have, either being Spencer or Mirabelle. I personally rank Spencer higher than Mirabelle, mainly due to the defense down, which works really well with decapitates and honor roll. Terra for high damage burst and gradual damage increases as the fight goes on to combat those heavy bonus HP defense and revive cycle survivors. Lori so we can have focus that is applied to the team, neutralizer to halt adrenaline rushes, and an attack buffer. Tyrese for decapitates, and another hard-hitting AR survivor that does damage to a line of enemies. If we can buff the team with a high attack buff and or defense down the enemy team, then using Terra and Tyrese's adrenaline rushes can easily take out 4 survivors, being the top 2 and the bottom 2. Magna will make her way into the team as we don't have a healer. We don't want anyone attacking our damage dealers, as they will be built like glass cannons. We also don't want stuns or impairs to land on Terra for honor roll to reset, and this gives us the ability to impair the enemy to stagger their adrenaline rush. Second attack team is a bit more on the Premier side of things compared to the first team. Premier Carl so we can have leadership skill, reviver, and healer in one. Since we are attacking and not bringing in any decapitates, we will focus more so on multiple survivor hitting adrenaline rushes with the combination of defense down. Harper so we can have her stun 1 or 2 survivors within the first 2 turns, and turn 3 she will lower defenses by 50% to the enemy. She can also stun a human shield so we can work around it since this team doesn't have a team-wide focus. Since we use Premier Carl, we will have Terra, Romanoff, and Marlon and Rosie ready to use their adrenaline rushes turn 3. I would recommend using Romanoff last in case Terra and Marlon failed to do the job, whether it was from RNG screwing you over, nasty weapon mods, and or poor life choices within the game, in which Romanoff using his adrenaline rush won't seal the deal, and it could lead to potentially a revive chain happening, so you have the option to use his active to taunt 3 enemies for 1 turn. Third attack team will be more free-to-play friendly, sort of like the first attack team, but Spencer and Magna are a bit more on the exclusive side of things, so we will take it down a little bit. We bring in Andrea for her leadership skill and her basically one-shot adrenaline rush for offensive pressure. Sadiq for his command, which gives the team 1 turn early adrenaline rushes for pressure and utility, confuse active, and an impair when taking damage weapon. Terra and Tyrese are a great combo together. You can take 4 survivors out with using both of their adrenaline rushes, or if the team you are versing is too tanky, then you can use Terra's adrenaline rush first and follow up with Tyrese so you can land a double decapitate to a line of enemies. If you are versing a team with no human shields, then Governor for more pressure, and Lori if there is a human shield so you can apply focus to her team. For our 1 defense team, let's make a kill team, but it can also lead to a timeout team. This team will revolve around supporting Terra so she can build up her honor roll stacks, so when she uses her adrenaline rush, she can take out 1 or 2 survivors, slowly dwindling the attacker. Red Zeke so we can bring in a rainbow of survivors and have a healing plus bonus HP adrenaline rush. Terra will be our carry for the team, which she can lead you to a kill victory, or she will kill enough survivors so that whoever is left won't be able to finish off the remaining survivors. Magna for protecting Terra and forcing the enemy to crowd control Magna, kill her, or use a focus to get around her. Violet and Mackenzie for active revive so that only stuns, taunts, and confuses will work against them. Violet is inherently tanking due to evasion and applies bonus HP to the team, giving Terra more backup to stay alive. Mackenzie, in the case the enemy brings in a lot of crowd control, we can clear it up and allow for honor roll stacks to start again, or clear what's on our human shield so Magna can get back to protecting Terra. This team will have a stun on attack and taking damage weapons, as well as impair when taking damage, which is Magna, and attacking, which would be Mackenzie. I would put an impair when attacking weapon on Mackenzie, as I don't see her being a top focus at the start, due to her giving the whole team AP through Retribution 2, so while Magna and Terra are getting blasted, we can have Mackenzie apply impair when attacking. And that's going to wrap up the video of our glorious Terra. I guarantee you she's got some more piercings elsewhere, but I would probably lose my channel if I showed them, so we're just going to have to use our imaginations. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video and made you laugh or anything positive, please get that subscribe, tap the like, subscribe button, make sure you leave a comment down below. Support's greatly appreciated. And on that, I'll catch you on the next video. Bye-bye!